southern or southeastern Stoddard County, this tornado warning continues as well, and this kind of keeps fluctuating. This is to the south of Sikeston. So for you folks in Sikeston, the rotation, the most dangerous part of the storm should stay just to your south. But you guys are going to get hit hard with heavy rain, gusty winds, and the possibility of hail. But there's the circulation right there. It is still there south of Highway 60, east of Dexter, about to move into parts of northern New Madrid County. And you can see if it holds together, it'll be headed towards the East Prairie area as well. We can take a look at the debris signature here to see if we have anything, and thankfully we're not seeing any signs of debris with it. We are still seeing some large hail mixing in with the rain right along Highway 60 just to the southwest of Sikeston. So even though we may not have a tornado with this, we have a very tight circulation. It's been with us for quite some time. And this is moving into parts of northern New Madrid County. So the southern parts of Sikeston, if you live in the Sikeston area that is in New Madrid County, you need to be in your safe spot. Put as many walls between you and the outside. Get in that basement if you have it. I say a lot of times, don't forget, if you have a bicycle helmet or a football helmet, something you can put on your head to protect you from flying debris, that's a fantastic idea as well. We'll zoom in a little closer to get a few more areas. Matthews, boy, you guys are under the gun again. I know you guys got hit hard a couple of weeks ago. This rotation is moving right towards the Matthews area. So Highway 61 right through Matthews. You can see State Highway E to the west of Matthews, County Road FF. This area is where the rotation is moving right now. You need to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you don't have that basement, get in that lowest interior room. If you do have a basement, get in the basement. That's your safest spot. There's our tornado, at least our radar indicated tornado, crossing Highway CC right now to the west of Matthews. You can point it out right here. That's our circulation. State Highway HH, State Highway CC. We're seeing a possible tornado right now. Again, the debris signature is not all that impressive, so hopefully it is still not on the ground, but rotation is impressive. It is tight, and it is moving into New Madrid County. I'm going to toss things over to Kathy. Kathy's got an update for us. What do you got, Kathy?
Just really quick, Grant, I just want to tell you I've been trading some texts with Dunklin County Sheriff Bob Holder, who was headed toward the storm in his county. I was texting him what you were telling everyone about where it was headed, southwestern, south of Zenith. He said he's in Zenith right now, and it's okay as of right now from Zenith. So hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, hopefully so. Now that circulation, I would advise him to stay in Zenith because that circulation is just to the south of Zenith. And then after it passes, be great to get some ground truth to what may be on the ground. But again, we're tracking a storm right now that is moving towards the Matthews area. So I know Matthews got hit hard a couple of weeks ago. You're under a tornado warning right now, and a strong circulation is headed your way. We have another circulation again in Johnson County, another circulation in that is northern Saline County as well. So we're going to stop the radar movement, and we're going to zoom into all these storms. We had already zoomed into the Dunklin County. Now let's zoom into Johnson County, and eventually we'll go to the Saline County storm, and then we're going to get back to Dunklin County because that was the strongest and tightest rotation just a minute ago. Let's take a look at this, and this is near Bloomfield right now in southern Illinois. In southern Illinois, again, this is Johnson County, right around the Highway 45 area. You can see we have a strong gust front right there. I'm looking, and this really looks like very strong straight line winds. There's not a huge tight circulation with this storm right now. I think it's battling right on the front. So very strong gusty winds moving through Bloomfield and southern Illinois across Interstate 24 right now, and up Highway 45 and down towards Highway 37. Very strong gusty winds likely, maybe as high as 60 to 70 miles per hour, but a tight rotation, at least right now, is not seen by our First Alert Doppler network. I want to go back up to Saline County because we have seen a fairly tight circulation here as well, and this is about to cross Highway 142 in southern Saline County. And let's put that shear marker on here and update that. And there it is. You can see it's moving right there near Highway 34. I always get confused myself if it's El Dorado or El Dorado. If I said it wrong, you can shout it out and let me know. El Dorado, because I've been all over the country, and it's pronounced different wherever you live. So El Dorado, this is just to your northwest. Again, this is about to cross Highway 142 and Highway 45 in about 15 minutes. As you can see, there is the circulation. It doesn't look quite as tight as it did, but it is definitely still there. We'll take a look at the debris signature. We are not seeing any debris. We'll take a look at, see if we see much in the way of hail. A little bit of hail could be mixing in on the northern end of this, but this storm is looking a little better from our vantage point as for the fact that we may not have much in the way of a tornado. We've got that tornado that is headed towards, at least on radar, near Matthews. And then we have another tornado that's moving into southern Dunklin County. Brian, Lisa, you guys have been chatting.
Yeah, we did have an official report from a spotter of a funnel cloud near Hornersville. And that's,
that
of
would
course,
make sense. That's where I'm going right now. That was very tight circulation.
And they just issued a tornado warning for
Pemiscot
Dunklin
County.
and Pemiscot.
So Pemiscot County, yeah, boy, look at that hook. Look at that hook. This is to the south of Cardinal. This is going to move right across the Missouri-Arkansas border. That is a very tight hook. More than likely, we've got something wrapping up just to the southwest of Hornersville. Again, Zenith is up here. This is well to the south of Zenith. This is right along Highway 412, where 412 splits off to the east, and you take Highway, 164 towards Hornersville. Let's take a look. I'm sure we have a very tight circulation. That is a very tight inflow notch. Yes, we do right here. And so this is southern Dunklin County. We've got a radar indicated tornado. We'll put the debris on, and thankfully right now not seeing the debris. Hopefully that continues. But then again, just because we're not picking up debris does not mean that there's not a tornado on the ground. It just means that it hasn't hit anything that is significant and lofted it way up into the air. We've got some different mixing right here, so there's still a sign that there's possibly some hail with this, but boy, that is a tight circulation. So we've got a report of a funnel cloud with this. Is that what you're saying, Lisa?
Yeah, they had a report of a funnel cloud at 6:05 p.m.
Even tighter. It continues to intensify the rotation. This is in extreme southern Dunklin County. This is moving towards the southern end of Hornersville. That is a very tight circulation. It is about to cross Highway. Well, that's in Arkansas, it's 119. It gets up into Missouri, it's State Highway K. So southern Dunklin County, State Highway K and Highway 164. Extremely tight rotation right here moving your way. A possible tornado. We have a funnel cloud that's been reported to the south and west of Hornersville. Would not surprise me if we have a tornado developing right now in southern Dunklin County, and again, that is going to be moving into Pemiscot County as well. We'll pan things out. You kind of see where this storm is going. You see that. You can easily pick out what we call the inflow notch. Notice how clear air is wrapping into the storm. The only way you get that is if you have tight rotation. So the rain and the hail is wrapping around the backside, dry air is wrapping in, and is right where they come together is where we usually see the tornadoes spin up. And whenever we see it this tight, especially in this type of environment, this is where we get those tornadoes to spin up. So extreme southern Dunklin County and Pemiscot County, this is headed your way. Again, this is a radar indicated tornado, but it's the highest tightest circulation we've seen today. And you can see I'm trying to pan things out just a little farther to the west. And you can see as it moves into Tennessee, it's going to be moving into the part of Tennessee that is just south of our viewing area. This will stay south of Lake and Obion County. So this is going to be for our extreme southern Boot Heel counties that are under the gun for this possible tornado. Again, other tornado warnings headed towards the Matthews area right now. We have a tornado that is moving towards El Dorado. We've got a tornado warning that is in Johnson County as well. But that tornado, at least on radar, was showing signs of weakening. Let's check out the northern Saline County storm, because this was showing signs of weakening as well. We'll take a look inside this by checking out the winds inside the storm near Highway 45. We still have a tight circulation. Boy, it pops out right there. There it is, but it's not quite as strong as it has been. We'll take a look and see if there's any debris showing up in this rotation to the north of El Dorado. And no, we are not seeing any, and hopefully that trend will continue. Let's back things up. We'll take a look at the Johnson County storm here to see if we have any more strengthening in that rotation, because earlier this was really showing signs of weakening, at least rotation-wise. It showed very strong gusty winds, and it wouldn't surprise me if they extended this with a severe thunderstorm warning for Pope County and maybe Hardin County. But that looks like a very strong gust front. I think it's right along the cold front right now, and this is just to the east and southeast of Highway 45. And again, this is headed towards it's at Glendale in Pope County and the south of Delwood, and you can see Joppa, another strong storm developing just to your west. We'll kind of pan things down just a bit. There's no warning with that right now, but that's a new updraft that's forming right along the Ohio River that's moving towards Joppa, and that's going to be moving into McCracken County and Massac County. So this is going to be headed towards the northern part of Paducah, and more than likely it's going to be showing some very gusty winds. It doesn't look like it's spinning up just yet, but that's a new updraft that we'll have to watch. And yeah, very strong winds going towards the storm. A lot of inflow right there to the north of La Center. You can see that fuchsia color there. That is some very, very strong winds that are going into this new storm that is developing. This is a new updraft. This is the same storm earlier that we had the tornado warning out for Alexander County and Pulaski County, and it is now moving in towards Massac County and McCracken County as we speak. All right, let's get towards the other storm that has a tornado warning out on it. And again, that's for you folks watching in the Stoddard County and the Madrid County area, south of Sikeston and headed towards East Prairie. New tornado warning just issued for East Prairie with this possible tornado that is in the Matthews area. Again, it just popped up, Lisa, so I don't know if you're in the chat room, if you can see.
It just popped up.
Whoa. Yeah, this is really tightened up, folks. Just to the south of Sikeston, I can see why they did that. That is an intense rotation that is forming right now, headed into Matthews. So if you are in northern New Madrid County, if you are in west central Mississippi County, get in your basement if you have a basement. That is extreme winds. Matter of fact, we'll take a look at the velocity on some of these winds. We'll try to get an idea of how fast some of these winds are blowing, wrapping around this system right now. Look at that tight couplet. Again, we have winds going towards the radar and away from the radar, very, very strong. We're going to see something about probably 50 to 60 towards and 50 to 60 away. So we're going to be seeing, 75-mile-per-hour winds towards the radar. And as we look at this little symbol right here, we'll see winds 32 away. So we're getting close to 110-mile-per-hour rotation right here that is headed towards Highway 61, the south side of Sikeston, Highway 61 and Interstate 55, East Prairie. This is headed your way as well. Very, very tight rotation right now, and that is why that new tornado warning has been issued. We'll take another look at that because that was an impressive outflow, just real tight rotation right there on the back side of that storm. And thankfully, we still don't see any debris, and gosh, I hope that continues. But anyway, new tornado warning out for northern New Madrid County and western Mississippi County. This is for the southern end of Charleston, also East Prairie, over towards Sikeston. And again, unfortunately, I'm going to zoom in because I think this is real close to Matthews, and I know Matthews took a hard hit the other day by a strong EF2 tornado, and this is kind of very just to the west of Matthews. So you see Matthews, here you are, and you guys took a direct hit a couple of weeks ago. And as we take a look at the winds, you could see very tight rotation right here. Look at the legend here. As we get up to these bright yellows and browns, we're talking 100-mile-per-hour winds going away from the radar with about 10 to 12 miles going towards the radar. And so we're talking about 115, 120 mile-per-hour wind speeds spinning around right there. Brian, Lisa, have you guys got any updates with this storm?
No updates. Just getting a lot of reports in of hail that happened in Dexter, wind damage in Williamson County, and some damage in Poplar Bluff from strong winds. So
all right.
Nothing on this one yet.
Boy, you can really see that red wrapping around that circulation. We have a very tight circulation right here. I think that's County Road FF. I'm going to zoom in even closer so we can get everybody that is in the path of this very tight rotation. Is moving into the northern side of Matthews right now. Look at all these. It's right along Highway or County Road 820. This is where we see the rotation. County Road FF East County Highway 820. You can see, looks like Feld Road or Field Road, and State Highway H. Matthews is right here, right there. You can see East Main Street. The circulation is going to go right across County Highway 843 on the north side of Matthews. All those places I just mentioned, you need to be in your safe spot. You need to be in a basement if you have it. And again, like I always say, if you don't have a basement, you need to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible and a sturdy shelter. Get in that center interior room, and you can see we still have very strong winds going away and very lighter winds going towards, but the away winds are extremely strong. So that's a tight circulation, and we're going to we're lined right up on there. So let's see if we see any debris. And no, there's no debris showing up right now. So hopefully this is another one of those systems that just looks much worse than it actually is, because radar's showing it. Yes, Brian, what you got?
That circulation near Hornersville is still looking pretty tight if you want to go down there.
Yeah, we're going to go check that out.
You say there was the sheriff was down there, right, to kind of watching things?
I think he is in, Kathy was telling us, I think the sheriff was in Zenith.
I got you.
And we definitely want him to stay in Zenith until it moves past, so we can make sure, we would love to get a report, but we want everybody to give us a report safely. We had a very tight hook here near Hornersville, and we still have that. It's moving into the southern parts of Pemiscot County here shortly, and we'll take a look at the winds inside this. Again, this is moving into Hornersville right now. Yeah, that's you're right, Brian, that's very tight. Just on the south side of Hornersville, you got a very, very tight circulation, and we're going to line it up, see if we have any debris. Hopefully we don't. We have yet to see any really true debris balls show up on radar today, which makes me think that all these storms have been kind of what we call elevated, just showing up with the rotation just above the surface. But man, when they're this tight, you got to take it seriously. On the south side of Hornersville, there is a tornado on radar right there, and it is moving towards State Highway TT, and that's in southern Dunkling County, about to cross into Pemiscot County. This rotation is moving towards the south side of Steele. It will cross Interstate 55 here shortly. Matter of fact, we'll put a storm track on this, because if you know anybody that is headed from Blytheville up towards Steele or vice versa, you do not want to be traveling right now on Interstate 55 as this is headed that way, and radar showing a very strong indication of a tornado. So I'm going to track this from the rotation, not the center of the storm, but from the rotation. And we're going to go off to the east at about 50 miles per hour, and you could see something. You can see Steele right here at about 6:30. You can see this is the 15-minute line. So Interstate 55 in about 10 minutes. If you live anywhere near Interstate 55, this possible tornado will be headed your way in about 10 minutes. South of Caruthersville. I know Caruthersville, you are officially in the warning, but it looks like the worst should stay just to your south. But hail will probably hit the south side of Caruthersville pretty nasty-wise, because this is an intense thunderstorm right now that is moving into Hornersville as we speak. Any other updates?
So, just an update. There's a new tornado warning issued for Gallatin, Hamilton, Saline, and White counties in Illinois, and then they issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Ballard and McCracken counties in Kentucky.
Okay, so the storm that we were watching in Ballard and McCracken County, that new updraft, a new severe thunderstorm warning, what was that, Lisa, on the new warnings in Illinois?
Southeast Illinois.
Yeah,
okay, we're talking about White County and Northern Gallatin County?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to there in just a second. We'll track those as well. I want to get another look at this strong rotation that is in the Hornersville area in southern Dunkling County, moving into southern Pemiscot County. You can see there it is. It's still there, right near the intersection, or right near State Highway TT. So again, southern Dunkling County and southern Pemiscot County, you need to be in your safe spot. Kathy, you've got an update for us as well.
Yeah, Sheriff Holder just called and had him for just a few minutes before I lost him. He said he had a car at Hornersville, and they're still not seeing anything.
Okay.
He's got his guys spread out. He was headed back, I think, up to the northern section, but he said as of right now, none of his guys are seeing anything on the ground as far as damage or a tornado.
Well, that is fantastic
I
news.
just want to cut you off for a minute, Grant, because there was a storm report of a tornado from the law enforcement in Saline County.
Okay, so this is the one
there's
for the
damage to a home.
damage to a home. So that was, we've got and this is the storm we're on right now in southern Illinois. So we had a report of a possible tornado, is what they're saying, hitting a house.
2 miles east of Galatia. Remember, we talked about Galatia.
We talked about Galatia. That's right near that Highway 34 there. And so this has been extended, and it's still there. You know, it's not as impressive as the rest of them on radar, but sometimes, you know, in this atmosphere, it doesn't take much to get these things down on the ground. We're not seeing any debris on radar, but again, apparently this storm has caused some damage, and it is now moving right along Highway 141. Now, this is northern Gallatin County and southern White County. It's moving right towards the New Haven area. The tornado will stay to the north of Shawneetown. This rotation will stay to the north of Shawneetown. Again, it is moving off to the east at about 50 miles per hour, which means it will be out of the heartland here very shortly because it is racing off to the east. We'll put a storm track on it. Again, folks, in New Haven, in right along the White County, Gallatin County line, you need to be in your basement. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible if you don't have a basement, because this has apparently caused some damage as it was moving through parts of southern Illinois earlier near Highway 132. Where did you say? What was that town?
Well, they just issued another warning for Livingston, Kentucky, tornado warning.
All right.
Just FYI.
So Livingston, we'll go down there for Livingston County here in just a second. You can see this storm near New Haven will be out of the heartland in 15 minutes. So New Haven, there's your first alert. You need to get in your safe spot right now. Let's go back to the south. We have a new tornado warning. Folks, we have a lot of warnings out there tonight, and that's what we were afraid of. And we've got a storm that looks very intense moving to the north side of Paducah. But I want to take a look at the new tornado warning. This is going for Pope County and northwestern Livingston County. And we'll take a look in here. Any word on the, I guess, radar indicated? Any damage reports with this one?
Not yet.
That's it. It's crossing Highway or Interstate 24 right now, moving into Pope County and eventually into Livingston County. But I'm really impressed with this updraft right here that is right along the Ohio River. This is the severe thunderstorm warning that is going to go into parts of, let's see, what's that, Massac County and maybe northern McCracken County. That is an intense new updraft. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit closer to get an idea of what's going on with that, because that this looks like it could be a new supercell that is trying to develop right over Highway 45, right near Joppa. Again, we mentioned that earlier, headed towards Metropolis. Very intense indications of new thunderstorm development. And I want to look at the winds inside that. Again, this is near Joppa, right around Highway 45. We have winds coming together, but we do not have any rotation. So that's something we'll continue to monitor closely. And we're going to take another look at the Pope County and Livingston County storm, where the newest tornado warning has been issued. And again, as far as I know, this is a radar indicated tornado near Grantsburg, right along Interstate 24 is where it looked like we were seeing. This is going to head towards Golconda here shortly, and Brownfield as well. And you can see there it is right there to the south of Grantsburg. We've got rotation right here, right along Interstate 24, and looks like Reevesville Road as well. And that is moving into Pope County. Brownfield, you'll definitely want to be in your safe spot. Parts of Pope County, Livingston County, get in your basement if you have it. And again, if you don't have a basement, get in that center interior room, put as many walls between you and the outside. East Prairie, I'm talking to you now. We're going to zoom into the storm that is moving into Mississippi County. We've got numerous storms out here, folks, so we're trying to cover them all. I know there's